Hey guys, this is Torner, and today we're going to be going through my new player tips, tricks, guide for Tacticus. So we're going to go through this and I'm going to help you guys hopefully get the best start you can into the game. The game only launched roughly like a month ago, I believe, into full global launch. So if you wanted to start, like, the best time to get on board with mobile games is at the very start, and this one's only just started now. Not too many characters in the game, not too kind of far into the game currently, so it's the best time to kind of start. So the first question that I get asked almost daily is, how am I meant to be spending my Blackstone? Now, if you don't know, Blackstone is like the premium currency here. Usually within games, there's kind of a soft currency, which is one you get a lot that's used for a fair bit of different stuff, which is the coins here, and then the hard currency, which is the Blackstone here, and that's about like the rarer currency. It's like the crystals, the cores, that kind of thing in other games. So the Blackstone here, you're wanting to use it every time on these 10 requisitions. Each time you use one of these, you're going to be getting a guaranteed character, which is amazing. It's going to be your number one way to be able to unlock characters, and more characters means unlocking more of these like campaigns and everything, because you rely on having different characters. Like for this one here, you need 3 different Black Templar characters, you need 3 different Chaos Black Legion characters for that one. So getting more characters is going to be huge, and then you want to be leveling up those characters as well. So spend on these 10 requisitions. Do not do this. The other thing is that if you are actually getting the requisition scrolls, save them up until you've got 10 as well, because they do this guaranteed character as well. Now make sure you are opening your free crate every day. That's going to get you some Blackstone. Just doing your normal missions and everything like that's going to get you Blackstone as well as referring a friend. So if you have people who you want to be able to play the game with, or friends and stuff like that, make sure you refer them. If you are just starting, go into my referral code here, and that's going to be able to get me some Blackstone and stuff like that, and then we can use that Blackstone to get some decent pulls, so that way I can make some great content for you guys too. Alright, now campaigns. So campaigns are like one of the like main goals that you've got in the game, and it's also like where you're going to be able to get your gear, where you're going to be able to get character shards, that kind of stuff. So a huge thing that I found with this is, don't necessarily stress too much about 3-starring these early on. Obviously, you want to be able to 3-star them. Being able to 3-star them means you can raid them, which means that instead of needing to rerun it completely, you can just click the button and it's going to give you the rewards and everything. But the thing is that with your dailies in this game, you're required to do missions. Like this one here, the Necron Slayer, requires you to actually play the game and slay Necrons. Or there's like the Ability Master, requires you to actually use your abilities and stuff. So worst case scenario, you've got like a piece of gear in here that you want to get, and you don't actually have the node unlocked for it, like these ones here. Wait, that's not going to be working. Like this one here, for example, I don't have it 3-starred. I'm going to have to play through it every once in a while anyway, so I can just kind of save it for doing my dailies and stuff, so that way I can do that. Another tip for the campaigns here is grabbing at the Yarrick offer. Now, when you are first starting the game, an offer for this character here, Yarrick, is going to pop up very early on. I think it's around $8 US. And honestly, that's probably the best value. If you are one of those people who only spends like a couple dollars on each mobile game, this is going to be worth it, because it's going to help you so much with the Indominus campaign. It's going to help you with Arena. It's going to help you with the guild boss. He's honestly one of the best characters in the game. So being able to get him early on, this is amazing. Like, you're getting like an S tier character for very cheap, very early on in the game. So make sure that you do grab him to help you out with those campaigns. The next tip is that later campaigns actually have a higher drop rate. So even like here, the Indominus campaign, the higher drop rate is going to be in the Indominus Mirror campaign here. You've got the Fall of Cadia, and then the higher drop rate, the Fall of Cadia Mirror, etc., etc. The later the campaign is, as you can see in like release order, so like Indominus, Indominus Mirror, Fall of Cadia Mirror, then Octarius Mirror, the later they are, the higher drop rates they will have. So just if you have like the option of doing, hey, an Indominus one or a Fall of Cadia one, do the Fall of Cadia one, you're probably most likely going to get a higher drop rate there. The other tip here is making sure that you unlock 3 Necrons as fast as possible. The game kind of throws you at them, but make sure you grab them as fast as you can, so that way you're able to use them till you go through this Indominus mirror, as well as the fact that they're just amazing characters. Alright, so next up is Onslaught. So Onslaught down in here, so this one here, you're going to be basically fighting through waves of Tyranids coming at you. There's 3 different ones. It takes a little bit to kind of notice it. I didn't notice it to start with, but up the top here you have an Imperial, a Xenos, and a Chaos one. Each of them require 3 of that character. So you notice here in the Chaos one, I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have 3 Chaos characters unlocked. It says like you've only got 2 characters that meet this requirement. These are important because each of them rewards different stuff. Your Chaos one here is going to reward your Xenos badges, which are used for upgrading your abilities for your Xenos characters. Xenos is going to unlock your Imperial, and then Imperial is going to unlock your Chaos. So making sure that you get 3 Necrons as fast as possible is helpful here as well, because you want to be using your Imperials to get through that Indominus campaign, and you need the Xenos here, these upgrade badges, to be able to do that. So the other thing is that when you play through these, you're going to have the option of being able to honor a character at the end of them. That's going to give you extra shards for that. So the good idea here is do the Xenos one and then honor a character such as Vindicta, who you'll be wanting to get up to 2-star, well, up to uncommon as fast as possible, because uncommon is where it unlocks their passives, which is incredibly important because certain characters have a lot of power within their passives. Alright, next up is Salvage Run. Salvage Run down here, you're basically just going to be able to fight waves of loot will drop out of the sky, as well as grots or orcs will drop out of the sky. So the good thing here is that each of these as well rewards you with different stuff. The Imperial one here, this is going to reward you with gear for the Xenos. The Xenos one here is going to reward you with gear for the Chaos, and then the Chaos one's going to reward you with gear for the Imperium. Unfortunately, you know, I don't have my 3 Chaos characters, so that's another thing, is grabbing 3 Chaos characters early on is amazing. You've got options of being able to purchase them here, and the great thing is as well, when you get a character, now this is Australian dollars, just keep that in mind. When you unlock a character here, so say here I've unlocked Angrax, it then puts a discount on this offer, so it's only $31, which is pretty decent for 2 full characters here. And then like this one here, once I unlock one of these characters, it's going to discount it as well, which is good. It lets us kind of get into these campaigns pretty early on, and then from there, like if you get the full of the Black Legion campaign, for example, you're then going to be able to go through, get some characters here, and then use them in the Black Legion, the Fall of Cadia mirror here as well, using these Imperial characters. Alright, next up is guilds. So make sure that you get a guild as soon as possible. Get a guild that's going to be able to do raids and stuff like that. My guild is the X-Men. We are constantly full currently, and I apologize. We've also got the X-Women, which is a sister guild of ours, which is freaking hilarious. I love that. And we're going to potentially start another one as well. If you want to start another one, reach out to us. And we're going to start like a full kind of essentially a cluster of different kind of guilds here, so that way we can try and like work together, go great at the game together and stuff. Now in guilds, the only thing you can currently do is the guild raids, essentially just trying to fight a giant boss. You're going to get some loot from it once it clears through. Your whole guild you'll get some Angrax shards, some coins, some different other loot essentially, and then some orbs as well. So this is the only guild content at the moment, but it is important because it's where you're going to be able to get a whole lot of stuff. Like you get so many XP tomes from it, a fair bit of like Angrax, who's obviously important to be able to get into that Fall of Arcadia campaign and stuff as well. And obviously, eventually, there's going to be other stuff, like you've got Guild Wars, whatever Projects is. I'm excited to find out what that is as well. Now, as for actual characters, in the game currently, summoners are very important, with Aleph Null being one of the best because he's able to summon some really great scarabs. Another really amazing summoner at the moment is the Commissar Yarrick. As I mentioned before, you can get him early on in the game, one of the best characters in the game. Grab him, his summons hit like absolute trucks. It's actually crazy. Now, as for the characters that I suggest working on early on, these are the ones that I'm currently running in Arena. We've got here Markatep. He helps you with your scarabs and spreading out the scarabs even more and activating them to attack more. You've got Aleph Null, as we said. I'm using Imispec because I just don't have a damage dealer that's dealing more than him, but I am pretty excited to see how he goes with his passive. Now, the interesting thing about the game is when you unlock these common characters, they, as I said, start out as common. Eventually, once you get them up to 2-star, then you're able to get them out to uncommon, which unlocks their passives, and they do different things based on that. This is important because one of the strongest characters in the game for a lot of different game modes is Vindicta, but she's only insanely strong once you actually unlock her passive, because this changes her from dealing damage to one target to then dealing this massive AoE that spreads out, damages everyone near them, also sets on fire everything. It's important to not put your characters near there because she burns indiscriminately. She will take out your squad, which is very interesting because it actually helps activate her passive as well, which gives her more crit chance as long as this Imperial's dying. So, whenever you like burn down your summons from Yarrick or something like that by accident, she will then actually get extra crit chance here, which is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. So my current team is Vindicta. I've got Aleph Null. I've got Markatep in there, and I've got Imispec. I'm not great at pronouncing his name. And then finally Yarrick, because those guys just work really well together. And as I said, aim towards Vindicta pretty early on to get her up to uncommon. Now, the last thing here is a couple very quick tips. First of all, when the game talks about lightning victories, that means essentially beating the game mode in a certain number of turns. You'll notice here when we go into a node, up here it's got a little lightning bolt. You can see how fast that is. So some of the missions and stuff like that will require you, they'll be like, hey, do 3 lightning battles or something like that. It'll be like, do 3 lightning victories. Essentially what I do is I look at characters that I need to farm for the day. So I'll look at, like, say Imispec, who I'm trying to get, or Aleph Null there. I'll go into their node, just kind of quickly blitz through it because it's pretty easy, and be able to kind of get those lightning victories out of the way so that I can hopefully get the rewards from here as fast as possible to be able to kind of get them and use them for the rest of the day and stuff. Now, the other thing here is ads. When you play the game, you've got the option to use ads for a number of different things. You've got in here, resetting the store is worth an ad. You can also use in here purchasing energy. You get 1 per day. Purchasing energy, you can use an ad instead. And then the last one here is some like different events will have the option of it. So this one here with Thaddeus Noble, you have the option of being able to watch an ad to reset his battle tokens. Now keep in mind that they have a shared cooldown across all of them. So if you use all of your ads refreshing the deals here in the store, then you're not going to be able to use one of them on energy. My suggestion is try and use them on make sure you use 1 on energy per day, and then you can split them either between this or between we've got someone referral there. Split them between like resetting the store if you want to, or preferably use them on any events that are around as well, because getting these characters up, getting like extra resources from here, it's probably going to outweigh what you are able to get from the store here. But that's it for today, guys. I'd love to hear from you guys what you think. As for there's actually another summoner here that I want to talk about, Archamatos, who's just amazing. Every time you destroy something with him, he's going to summon one of these bloodletters as well as has like the bloodletters here in his actual summon, which is great. Yeah, it's really great. They're starting to introduce the Eldari now at the moment, which is cool. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And if you have any questions, hit me up at any time, or head over to my Discord, actually. We've got like a Discord channel for 40k Tacticus, and it's going to be great for you guys to kind of come in here. We can talk about the game and stuff, and that's everything. But that's for today, guys. Have a great day and goodbye.